What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about why the stock market could push even higher past the current all-time highs, despite a lot of people calling for a correction, a stock market crash. August and September should be down months. I've been hearing that a lot on social media, but we're not seeing any evidence on that yet. And if you paid attention to my last video, I talked about how even though we got a massive red bar on the weekly time frame, we held the 9 EMA, the MACD was not rolling over yet, we're not getting overbought on the RSI, so we could push higher, and that's exactly what we got. We got a massive green candle that matched the all-time highs for the S&P 500. I believe triple Qs hit new all-time highs for this week. So, we're not seeing any signs of deterioration in the market despite what a lot of people are saying on social media. So, stick to the plan, stick to technicals. Charts tell you everything when it comes to whether or not the markets are going to roll over or not yet. And we're not seeing any signs of that as of now. Now, today, the markets didn't really do too well. We have Dow Jones down 200 points, the S&P 500 down 16 points, Nasdaq down 64 points. So it was a red day across the markets with the VIX up 7%. And this is because a lot of people are nervous ahead of the inflation print that's going to come out tomorrow. A lot of people are hedging. A lot of people expect a hotter than expected CPI print. You can see that the expectation is 2.8% versus 2.7% year over year. Core CPI 0.3 versus 0.2. Core CPI year over year 3.1% versus 2.9%. So already people are expecting, an uptick in inflation, possibly from the tariffs that are going to show up in future prints. And we're going to see how all that plays out tomorrow. But I believe that because expectations are really negative for CPI, if we get in line or better than expected CPI, the markets should rally. And why is the CPI such an important print that investors are worried about? Because currently, people are pricing in an 84.5% chance of a cut in the September 2025 Fed meeting. If the CPI report comes in hotter than expected, that could potentially change the rate cut probabilities for the September meeting. And that could result in a negative market reaction for the CPI print. We don't want to see that happening. I don't believe that it's going to affect the rate probabilities, the cut probabilities for the September 2025 meeting, but you never know, right? And last week when we had the massive sell-off, we actually sold off because recession fears were back. So US added 73,000 jobs in July and they were revised much, much lower, which led to Trump firing the head of the BLS commissioner. And, we don't want to see that happening again. So one thing I want to point out is structurally, the S&P 500 is still trying to target new all-time highs. We're just getting some sort of consolidation after the big red candle, big green candle last week. The triple Qs do not see any sign of deterioration at all as of yet. We're seeing a continued ascent in the MACD. The RSI is still good, not even overbought yet. And we're seeing some signs of consolidation and strength in the leading Mag 7 names. Like Nvidia is looking to want to push past 183. Apple, which really brought the market higher last week, it's seeing some signs of consolidation, which could result in a move higher. You can see that the weekly MACD is turning significantly higher. The RSI still not even overbought yet. So we can technically see Apple push up to 250, 260 before all is said and done. Tesla, another big name. We got the breakout out of the triangle this week. We can see that the MACD is turning positive on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame, even on the daily time frame, it's also turning positive. You can see that we just got a cross for the bullish MACD. So all these names are showing strength. Meta, which represents 3% of the S&P 500, is showing consolidation right at the highs. I would not be surprised to see Meta push the new all-time highs in the near-term future. So With this all being said, and all the Mag 7 tech names showing signs of strength, it's hard to see that S&P 500, not push a new all-time highs. You can see that the weekly or the daily MACD is trying to turn positive here. RSI is not even close to being overbought, and we're holding the 9 EMA again on the on the daily time frame, and 20 on the daily time frame, which represents, a bullish structure. So with that all being said, let's see what happens to the CPI print tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.